It did happen.
Yay, good
Good
morning,
morning. This
Timothy.
is
How are
this
you?
is this is so nerve-wracking, isn't it?
Yes, technology doesn't help much
No,
sometimes.
and I'm in Dublin and I parked somewhere and I was trying to find a parking spot where the signal is good enough. So I'm so sorry if I lose my signal and if you can see, no, you actually can't see the steering wheel because I was trying to make the steering wheel disappear from my face. At least. Good morning, Sancha. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning, Timmy. Thank you so much for finding a little space for us this morning. I know you're on the run. You're in Dublin now delivering your amazing products.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here with me this morning. And you also will be with us on the 13th of October. So tell us a bit more,
So
please.
I won't be there personally, but the products and one of my right hand will be there as well. So maybe so on the day you can try all our products without any need to buy. So it's gonna be a great opportunity to taste test all our goodies. And so a little bit more about what we have is basically so I have a bakery, a very unique bakery, and we try and create breads and cakes to everyone who cannot have the ordinary and is also looking to get some nutritious option and not just a free from alternative into their diet. So yeah, that's basically it. So all our stuff is sugar free, it's gluten free, no soya, no wheat, no grain, no preservatives, no fillers, no additives, no crap. but they're high protein, high fiber, and there's a good bit of healthy fats in them. There's a good bit of antioxidants in them from the omega-3 fatty acids. So it's basically everything what you need in your diet, but no additional things which you don't need in your diet.
Amazing. And we can also find your products at Super Value, aren't we? Don't we?
In a few supervisors, yes, in a few supervisors, we sell online. We also have a few health stores nationwide. I'm actually only leaving the health store in Dublin. I dropped all our products off, and they're really good to me. They're my very first supplier actually, and they have all my freshly baked and frozen and dry mixes and everything in there. Yeah, so that's what we are.
That's amazing. The Timmy's products are natural and they are amazing. Taste great because I already had a few times, so I can definitely tell you that. And on a day you said that you're going to be. Will there be opportunities if someone wants to buy some of your products? They will be able to.
So we will have a yes, absolutely. So we will have a stand there until the girl who's with me the longest, she will be there representing the best way from. She's a lovely girl. I'm hoping she's really gonna enjoy the event because after leaving the event last year, I said it to Tia, you are the person who need to go this one. She's really all into this, so I'm really happy I can actually send her. So yeah, she will be there. She will be there. Our ready to eat products, our baking mixes, and as I said, there will be lots to sample there on the day. So if you're skeptic, it's a really good opportunity to try and see how nice they are. Because beside they're being free from everything what I said, and they're actually very delicious. And this is one of the most common feedback what I get on them. They're surprisingly good.
They, so it's bread, cakes.
So we do,
What
yeah.
else is
So we
your
do,
range?
we do savory and sweets, and I prefer to do little individual options, so you don't have to buy a full cake. So it's little muffins and squares and biscuits and cookies and rolls and bagels and burger buns, a bit of everything what every normal human being eats, and it's just an option for the not normal human beings to be able to eat that as well. So it's really for so when I put these together, it's obviously came. Well, the whole idea, um, the whole business was born from a journey where I started from a very unhealthy um where I was very unhealthy. I had and so I had health issues, I had fertility issues, and um to make the story very short, so I had to change my diet to gain my health back. I really had to just cut out the sugar, the ultra processed food, the preservatives, taste enhancers, and the high carby stuff, they just don't agree with my body. And I love baking, so that's a plus. So because I couldn't find anything suitable, and I also was very conscious of, if I change my diet and I have to cut all of these things out, I have to make sure I get the right stuff into my diet. And that's where the fiber, the protein, and the healthy fats come in, because this is what we need. So even if I found some products in the supermarket which would tick the boxes from free from all of these things, it either didn't have any proper nutrient content, or it was loaded with artificial stuff, which again, my body cannot tolerate. So I just had to put the apron on and start experimenting. Loads of tries and errors, loads of food for the chickens and the pig and all. So and then after a while, it just something came out of it, and it all come from my need and my passion for baking. But somehow, somewhere down the line, about 4.5, 5.5 years ago, something slipped, and then people just started to request the stuff, and so it all grew from there. And I really feel for the people who cannot have the ordinary bread, who cannot have the ordinary cake, who are restricted on what they can eat, and it's not by a choice. So we have lots of people who, and I have nothing against vegans, but we have lots of vegans, and it's really trendy and it's awesome. And I do, the more the better. And we do cater for them. We have vegan turkey, we have vegan burger, we have vegan sausage, we have vegan everything. And we forgot to think of the people who are restricted on what they can eat, not by a choice, but by illness or disease. And these are the celiacs, the diabetics. There's loads of people out there. I have lots of customers who going through cancer treatment, and to basically help the treatment to succeed better, it's recommended you don't feed your cancer cells. So you take out the carbs or the sugar, so you don't put extra fire on the fire already. So I have lots of people who would be going through cancer, and many of them actually, even after the successful treatment, stay away from the ultra processed foods and the sugars and all that, because they feel so much better. And I have lots of people who would be on a medical ketogenic diet, and I think this might be a good opportunity for me to say lots of people have a very different, very wrong idea about what ketogenic diet is. And yes, the good side effect of it is you lose weight. But ketogenic diet was very first introduced a little bit over 100 years ago to treat epilepsy. And it is still today the number one choice for reducing seizures. And it is used in treating any hormonal problems. Like, it's a really good diet, if I may say, like from my own experience talking. But if you have any issues, obviously you need to go for someone who knows exactly what they're talking about, so the experts. But I know my struggles with fertility and hormones and thyroid and pancreas and reflux and all of them, for me, were basically sorted overnight just by going on a very low carb ketogenic diet. My brain fog, my sleep problems, everything disappeared. So, and then what my customers, because I always ask the customers, what's your reason why you eat like this, or why you are told to eat like this? And so there's the cancer patients, there's the ladies going through menopause, actually, a good bit. There is people who have ladies who have fertility struggles, who are going through PCOS, and I have customers who eat my products because of Parkinson's disease, because of autism, because of heart disease, and obviously the diabetics, and all. And there's probably plenty I forgot to mention. But I think in general, cutting out processed food and sugars is a really good option. And then I put these together, as I said, it was really, really important for me. So it's tasty, it's soft, it's something you can enjoy, and you don't eat it because you have no other choice, and that's the only thing on the market. So I want to give these people an option for like a better option, because you go and pick up a gluten-free bread, and first of all, there's like 50, 60 ingredients in it, things you think something exists in the oil industry and this bits and things you have never heard of. And once you haven't heard of it, and obviously your body cannot recognize it, it's no good for your gut. And only very recently, I think it was about 2 days ago, I contacted a girl who was a celiac on Instagram. So she's an influencer sort of way, probably. And I said it to her, I love to send her one of my breads. And like, this is the sort of answer I always get from celiacs who are fed up and sick of trying new things, because it either crumbles into bits, or it tastes like sandpaper, or it has the ingredients of like a brick wall. And so she said, I appreciate the offer. I'm very awkward one. I can't have the gluten. I can't have the oats. I can't have the dairy. And genuinely, I'm looking for a healthy option. And I'm on a hunt for that, but thank you. And I said, I really hate bragging about my own products. But I also say it proudly. Usually, these were made for me, selfishly. So I would only put ingredients into my cakes and breads what I would eat. And I think it's really, really important. I don't look at the price. I don't look at, what does it take to get it into the country or anything like that. If I know I need it in my diet, it's going to be in my bread. But many big companies, unfortunately, don't look at that way. They don't look at, well, they have to make it obviously affordable. And I'm really hoping I'm trying to keep my stuff affordable as well. I do agree with everyone. It's expensive, but it is only expensive because the ingredients, what go into it, is expensive or are expensive. So anyway, long story short,
High
with this guy, I'm sorry, I'm
quality.
talking too much. I really am
No,
the
no.
So
It's so informative, and also the products are high quality. You can taste the quality. That's the difference, So why not, instead of spending money on
yeah,
medication to fix something, why not to
exactly.
spend the money actually in a
Mhm.
better nutrition?
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah, and it's
So
really good. It's really good people started to look at this way, and I think COVID was a big changing point in everyone, and they started to look at food as medication and not medication as food. So I'm just gonna finish this really short story, and so I convinced her she's gonna take a sample from me. So she probably received it this morning anyway, but she was really happy, and she said, this is unreal, and I have never heard of it, and this is something you should brag about, because needs to be told. So yeah, I'm trying to brag about it everywhere, but not in a way of me, but in the product itself. And I would not be a proper business owner if I wouldn't have it here. And no, this is just something, and this is obviously my best seller, and this is my best baby, if I can say it this way. And this is actually got into Blast My Hair and Food Awards, so I'm heading down to Dingle this weekend, and I'm hoping to bring something home. But even if I don't, this little sticker is already a big achievement. But this is something, when I talk about this bread, and if you give me a minute to talk about this bread, you might understand my other products a little bit better as well. They're all slightly different. They are designed to suit you slightly differently. One would be higher on protein, one would be higher on fat, one would be higher on fiber. So it depends which stage you are at in your age or in your diet or on your journey. So this is, when I talk about this, I would always say it is a shame to call this a bread, because people have such a bad relation to bread these days, and they say this is the bad evil and I have to cut back on it. And when they buy my product, they say, like, I have to be careful not to eat a lot of it because I'm trying to cut back on bread. Don't look at this as a bread. I had to call it bread so I'm able to sell it and you can recognize what it is, but it is so much more than a bread. So it is like a food supplement, because it's naturally, so it's 100% natural. There's absolutely no artificial stuff in them whatsoever. It's made of the seeds and the nuts, what we are told to sprinkle over everything, but in a palatable way. And it is naturally high on fiber. It's naturally high on protein. It is a really good source of antioxidants with all the omega-3 fatty acids, what's in it. Full stop. And there's no other bits. And there's no other bits. So when you eat a sandwich, which I usually do, and that's me on my journey anyway, this bread roll. So when you eat the sandwich made on this bread roll, you looked after your protein intake in the meal, you looked after your fiber intake, you got your antioxidants in, and like no fillers, no additives, no ultra processed ingredients. So you did something really good for your gut. So anyone who's trying to get their gut into order, well, the first thing is to obviously avoid ultra processed food, and sugar is one of the worst evils, I think. So yeah, I think I said a lot now. How are we on time? 60 minutes. Okay, all good.
We're good. We're good. Rock on. I love hearing you talking about it because it's something that we need, and we need something different, and we need something that's inclusive to everyone. Like it's so, especially in this day and age where technology as well is out there, and people have to struggle to eat something that they like. It's pleasurable. Like make a nice sandwich with a bread that actually gives them what they need. It's inclusive. To prepare a diabetic child's sandwich
Mm-hmm.
to go to school, it is a whole different order of inclusion. Being able to send your child to school for sandwich where they can actually eat because the friend is eating a normal
Yes.
sandwich.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a cake, because like I'm a mom and you're a mom, and
Yeah.
so kids eating cake and pastries and stuff like that. Pizza, you also have a pizza-based
Yes,
thing,
we
don't you?
do. It's like yeah, that's one of, actually, I only recently thought of it. There was a really good reel I put together a little while ago, that goes on like, if I told you I had a high protein, high fiber, high healthy fat dinner, you would never guess I actually had a pizza. But I had a pizza. So
Exactly.
I had a pizza. I had a pizza on my own pizza base, which is high protein, high fiber. I put some healthy fats on it. I put a little bit of avocado, a little bit of nice goat's cheese. I love goat's cheese or sheep cheese, a bit of ham, something in there, and it was something it really filled me. It's really important to understand when you eat the right stuff, and you eat, the protein. If you avoid the sugar, if you eat the protein and a bit of fat, it's gonna feel you. You're not gonna be hungry all the time, and you won't feel like you have to eat up the fridge. So it's really important. Yes, and um, part of what I do is I want to give people the option to be included in every meal. So when you have a diabetic child, I hear so many stories, and like even looking at mine, and she's not diabetic, either of them, but I don't give them sugar, and they don't eat. They don't eat a lot of rubbish. I don't say they never, but they go to a party and they feel a little bit outsiders because yeah, my little one would say yes to the cake all the time, and then she comes home, and then I have to deal with the consequences of her climbing up the ceiling and running to the toilet a lot. My elder is wise enough now to say, I don't eat the cake because it's gonna give me diarrhea. So she just doesn't want the suffer that comes with it. But then they're like, okay, but then what can I eat? They're not big for sausage and chips either. So it's a little bit like I feel sorry for them when they go somewhere, and I also feel I feel with them when they feel like awkward, the awkward one at the party. Because
Yeah.
I am like that as well, and like people, I'm sure you know me. Anywhere I go, anywhere, I either have this or I have my milk, and I have my bits with me because um it's important I look after myself. So want everyone to feel included, and it is really good to hear the feedback from people who say, I'm diabetic, and it was great to be able to have a cake and we all enjoyed it around the table, or I'm celiac and dairy free, and that's the worst combination, or the other poor people who they are celiac and diabetic, so I really really feel sorry for them, but they can have the cake, and it's not like, I don't say, cake should be always as a treat. If you eat a cake every day, it's not a treat anymore. But
Mm.
bread and savor is the stuff which is so convenient and is so hard, and the most heard sentence what I would usually hear is like, the bread I miss the most. And everybody does. It is the most convenient food. You throw anything into it. You can have it in your bag. You can have it in the car. You can have it anywhere. And then once you have something like this, you may just get a piece of ham or a cheese or anything, or even eat it on its own. Especially when we are having a busy life, and kids are so easy to be tempted with a sandwich. Now, my little one wouldn't eat this one, but she eats the white one, which again, that actually was made for a customer who said, listen, I have an autistic son and he just would not touch anything just white. And so I put the hat and the apron on and try to figure out something that would still be free from all of these things, but would be white and soft and acceptable for a child. So my little one ever since loved these white rolls, and we put pepperoni and cheese and everything on it, and she thinks she's eating little mini pizzas, and she eats one or two and then she's full. And then I can be sure in the stuff what I put on the table for her, I've put in everything she needs, and I didn't give her the stuff what she doesn't, and I didn't pile her up with sugars and preservatives and fillers and all that.
And Timmy, where can we find your products for those that just joined us on a live? Where can we find your products? Surely we will have your products on the day of the
Surely
event on the
on
13th
the
of
wellness,
October.
on the
But
wellness
before
and
that,
vitality.
if someone wants to buy today your products, where they can find it?
So to be honest, the very best place to go to is my website, because if you go to my website, there is an option there in the menu which gives you the stockist. So we have new stockist weekly. I'm actually going into Supervalue now in Salinas. Hopefully we'll be there from today, but that's another thing. So you can find everything on the website. The website is www.thebestfreefrom.com. Loads of information on the website. So we are in a few Supervalue stores, a few health stores, but it's all listed on the website. And it will be on the Wellness and Vitality Fair. And I just like to make sure I say a lot about this event because I'm really, really disappointed I'm going to miss it. And I said it to Rachel, I don't know, where did I mess up the date? Because I actually booked my holiday around this, but I thought it's happening on another weekend. So everything was planned around this because I wanted to be at this event. And then I'm really sad I'm going to miss it. But so what I can do is I'm trying to catch up on every live, and I'm sending to my staff who really, really needs this, and she really, really deserve a day of pampering and all that. But I think I want to just say a few things about this event because, again, last year I was busy and I only made half of the event last year, but I have to say it was wow, and I came and I still have goosebumps from it. So it was really, really good. And this year it's even more. And I think, if you're female and if you're around, if you're free, put the kids somewhere and get away for a half a day, because this event is an amazing event to be heard, to be understood, to be to learn, to share, to create, to socialize, to chill, to relax, to recharge, to refuel, and all that. It is wow. It is wow. And I'm very, very disappointed I'm gonna miss it. But I'll make it next year. Whatever happens, I'll make it next year.
Next year, definitely. Thank you so much, Timmy, for your time this
Thank
morning.
you.
I know we're in a rush, so we will go back here at 11 o'clock with Karen Brown for the second live of the day. Thank you, Timmy. Have a wonderful day. And everyone, follow Timmy's account. I'm going to tag her after this live. The live will be saved here so you can watch afterwards as well. And don't forget to book your tickets for the event because they are flying through.
Exactly. Thank you so much,
Exactly.
Sancha, for having me.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Have a great day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.